How do you recognize you and you? So there is you and there is you, the non physical and the physical. And even when I say you and you, there is distortion because I'm introducing separation. So I say you physically and you non physically, I immediately introduces separation. So there is distortion. But for the sake of this podcast, so that you understand, because the only way for you to understand is if I speak objectively. In other words, the only way for you to understand is with distortion. There's no other way, right? At least in the beginning, and then more and more you understand, but is very difficult. And so I'm going to explain it in a way that is understandable, that you can comprehend. So why is it important that you become aware? Awareness is part of the shift. Awareness is not just beneficial, but it's a must for you for this transition to the shift. Not everyone is transitioning to the shift, but those that are, if you are transitioning to the shift, then you are, whether you want it or not, becoming more aware, because maybe that's your intention. Your intention is to be here for the shift. Now, there are two other transitions, and one is transitioning to another dimension, and the other is transitioning to disengagement, in other words, to die. So in here I'm going to talk about this awareness, why you are transitioning to the shift. So it's a must, but why is it important? Because non-physically you are in control, complete control of the physical body. You control absolutely everything. Every cell in your body is controlled by you, non-physically. Every single cell. Everything. Absolutely everything. The breathing, everything. How much oxygen, blood, all that is controlled non-physically. Now, physically, you are, in a sense, giving signals to the non-physical. So let's say you may be telling you non-physically to manifest a disease, to manifest anything physical. And you wonder why. Why this is happening to me? Why, whether it's money, whether it's relationship, whether it's anything physical in your body, pimples in your face, pain, any of this, anxiety, all these are you sending signals to the non-physical, and the physical give it to you. So I'm going to say with distortion so that you understand, but let's say you're telling the non-physical part of you that you want some manifestation, some physical manifestation in your body, right? It could be anything, a hole. It could be I don't know, tumor, whatever it is, you're creating it. You are telling your non-physical side of you to create it. Now, physically, you may not be aware that you're doing it, and that's why you need to be aware. You have no money, that's what you're doing. Everything that you're doing is manifesting here physically, is your communication with the non-physical. Okay? So, if something happens to you physically, and I'm talking about your physical body, or in your life, you have no money, your teeth are falling out, anything that is happening in your life, then you have to question yourself. You have to ask, what am I telling me? What am I telling? If you are suspicious of people with money, then you're not going to have money. If you have a belief that money is evil, well, you're not going to have money. You're not. If you are distrustful of the world, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to be famous. If that's what you want, you can achieve anything you want. Now, there's many parts to this puzzle, but let's say that you want to be super famous and super rich. It's not going to be this. You come here with an intention. So your intention is many parts to that intention. It's not just you coming here to do one thing. No, there's many intentions that you come here with, and you enter a pool of probabilities. So there is a thing as what you want and what you desire, right? And what you want may not be what you desire. And what you desire is you as essence, and what you want is you as physical, right? Is at least in the beginning, it may be frustrating, and you'll question yourself. So I didn't. Things started happening to me, and I was, okay, why I'm not getting a job? Why can't I get a job? And no matter what I did, I wouldn't get a job. So that's a good example of my wanting, what I wanted, what I desire, and they were different. And I'm gonna explain a lot more things so that you don't fight with yourself. This non-physical teacher says you're fighting with yourself, and that's what it means. You're fighting with yourself. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not fighting with myself. I want this, but you're not aware that you really don't want it. In other words, you don't desire it. Okay? People come to me and say, I lost my job, and it was surprising. I'm devastated that they just fired me. Can you read me the cards? Can you tell me what is the cards are saying? And the first thing I said is, you didn't want the job. You did it. You both didn't do it. The world didn't do it. You did it. And after, just maybe a minute, me explaining that she did it, she says, yeah, you're right. I didn't want this job. And that's it. You didn't want it. Right? And so it comes as a surprise that they fire you, but you really didn't want the job. The same thing happens with people in your life, and you say, well, he cheated on me. You didn't want to be with him anymore. You just now playing the I don't know, the victim. He cheated on me. And I can tell you many, many stories of people that come to me and tell me, my husband left me. It's horrible what he did to me. And at first, they get mad at me because I tell them, he didn't leave you. To begin with, he didn't leave you. Oh, yes, he did leave me. No, he didn't leave you. You didn't want him. And you didn't know how to do it. And you just created it. So this is the thing about, and I'm waiting to get my video. I'm in the camera so I can be live. Well, I would like to do the live videos. It's very, very, very important that you realize. I started to be aware that things were happening, and at first I thought, who's doing it? Is that a spirit, ghost doing these things? There were a lot of things happening to me, and I was like, who's doing it? We always think it's something out there, that is a ghost, that is a spirit, that is your mother, that is somebody out there that is doing things to you. And it happened more and more, and they were more obvious, to the point where I realized it was me. It was me doing it. So I can tell you, and I'm going to share with you many, many stories of things that happened. In the beginning, it started happening more and more and more and more. And today, I'm aware that it is me. All my computers breaking, nothing will work. I was many things that I was doing with my energy. So is your energy, and this essence that I speak with, her name is Kissy. She explains that, you are essence, right? And you have a physical experience, which one of your focuses. You have many, many focuses. But this person that I'm speaking to is one focus of this essence. But she said not to call it your essence, but to call it your energy. And I like that. I really like the energy better than essence, right? Because when I said your essence, or you as essence, is a little more, like it's more difficult to understand, because you still have this separation. But when you say my energy is different, then you realize, it is my energy, it's me. And so that's the part. And that's why, but how to recognize, let me tell you something. The only way that you will recognize the you, and the you is with awareness. And the awareness is like, I don't know, I think it's like what people say, enlightenment. To be enlightened is kind of the same idea, to be aware. And it's time. It would happen more and more and more. And you are becoming more aware. You're not realizing it, but you're becoming more aware. And the more awareness is at first, until you realize what is happening, is unnerving. Because just like the example I was giving, that things are happening around your house and you think it's a ghost and it's you doing it. Or you start questioning, who's doing that? Or getting scared. People get scared. People tell me, they contact me and say that they had a ghost that they went in the bathroom and the glass just exploded into little pieces. And I explained that it was her, and no, it wasn't me. And in a way, it's kind of like people wanna believe that it's a ghost. there is some guardian angel that is protecting it, or that there is a ghost. It's more dramatic, so they like that better than if I tell them it's you. When you tell them it's you, they get insulted. And they get disappointed. They sound disappointed when I tell them it's you. It's like, oh, it's me? Oh. Anyway, I'll continue. I just want to not to ignore your question, Sherry. So, but I'll do more in a little longer. Okay? So have a good night.